Hi everybody, how are you? So here is your local real estate market Tenafly edition. I'm Stacey Esser. Let's dive into the numbers. I don't care if you're looking to sell, looking to buy, or neither. The point is you all should know what's going on with your housing market, and that's why I do this for you every month. So I want to just talk about what's happening. We are essentially seeing a recession in housing in Tenafly. And what do I mean by that? I mean, let's start with the units. I'm going to look at sold units, under contract units, and new listings all right here. Year over year, 25 over 24 through October. We're less sold units, 124 through 24 and 107 through 25. Also less units under contract, 133 in 2024 to 102 in 2025. And new listings are also down. So we're looking past and looking in the past to say, okay, we sold less product. We're looking kind of current to say, well, we have less units under contract, but we're also seeing less units listed, which means that we're going to continue to see a recessionary market as far as units are concerned for the next several months. Because even if houses start to come on the market right now, we're still looking at like a 90-day window before those houses start to translate into under contract, into sold product. So I can tell you personally, I went on about 7 listing appointments in the last couple of weeks. So I'm definitely busy looking at houses with people, helping people understand what their houses are worth, helping them get their houses ready for market. But most people are going to wait until spring. But the interesting thing is that spring kind of starts a lot earlier than people think. It starts in January, February. So if you're one of those people who are thinking, I have time, just FYI, it's always better to understand that by the time you get to the latter part of spring, it might be on the later side. All right, so those are units. Next, let's talk about pricing. So pricing is holding really steady. The sellers are still listing their houses for slightly more than last year, with the average list price this year at 1.918, which is crazy. And the average list price last year through October was 1.816 million. The sold prices are also continuing to rise. So if we saw list prices going up, but sold prices going down, that would indicate to us that buyers are grabbing more control of what's happening in the market, but we're not seeing that yet. We're still seeing the prices for both go up, what the houses are going on the market for and what the houses are actually selling for. So the median sold price in Tenafly year over year, we jumped from 1.595 last October through to 1.625 million. That's crazy. Okay, so here we go. So let's talk about the buyer behavior. So buyer behavior, I look at 2 ways. I look at the ratios, and the ratios which are here are basically telling me what is the spread between what a house is selling for, listed for, and then what it actually sells for. So we are actually going up. We are seeing houses sell for more than they did. Again, the ratio. So 100.43% is where a house sold to its list price last year. And now we're up closer to 102%. So it is going this way. And that makes sense because pricing and percentages of how close a house sells to its list price are typically driven by supply and demand. So if we're looking at the story is we still don't have enough supply to meet demand, even with the affordability issue we have. And we do have an affordability issue as seen by the fact that our prices still keep going up, and we have completely squeezed out a lot of first-time home buyers and people who are here who are renting and trying to buy. It's very hard. The only thing that is showing a little bit of a shift for Tenafly market is the days on the market, and that jumped from 30 6 to 49 days on the market. And that is the only thing that is giving us a little bit of an indication of some breathing room for the buyers. The other thing that I think would be worthwhile mentioning is that we do have a lot more houses that are sort of coming on the market and then coming off the market because their pricing was not aligned with the market. And a lot of times what we agents do is instead of taking the price reduction, we'll actually take the house off and put it back on because that will basically look like the days on the market is starting fresh. All right, so it is a really good time to be a seller, a really hard time to be a buyer. But if you're a trade-up buyer, then you are in a good spot, right? You're in a good spot because you could cash in your winning ticket, which is your house, and then go ahead and capitalize on all that equity and get your next house. And actually, more than 35% of the houses that are bought in Tenafly are sold to people who already live here, which is actually fun. I love looking at stats like that. I wanted to also make sure that you all know about our amazing event, which is coming up Saturday, November 22nd. It's called Cars, Courts, and Community, and it is a food drive for the Center for Food Action. It is at the Padel, which is the Padel Racket Club. We have amazing people hosting this with us. We have Vantage Auto. We're gonna have the most amazing cars, vintage cars, classic cars. We have, of course, Padel, which is gonna be doing a whole lot of amazing like trials and showing you everything that goes on inside. And of course, SEG is gonna be there. And then we also have fun sponsors like Fort Lee Pizza, Brownstones, and we have Got a Guy. They're amazing. You definitely want to learn more about Got a Guy. So it's going to be really fun, and we're giving away pies and we're giving away goodie bags, and all of this is to ensure that you all come, have fun, and bring non-perishable food items for the Center for Food Action. And that is what we're doing this for. It is a food drive. And there's more information coming your way about that. I'll put more information about that below. I'm Stacey Etzer with the Stacey Etzer Group. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Happy and healthy. Bye.